So that brings us to the last question on the CV. So,
Yeah,
as we've seen, law schools in the US are a little bit insistent when it comes to work experience. They do want you to work for a couple of years before
right.
applying. What would be your advice in this regard? How much work experience should be targeted by applicants before applying to a T14 school in the US?
Right. Yeah, I think 2 years is great because, like you said, um, employers abroad tend to be driven by prior work experience to a to a great extent. I think it may matter more than even where you did your LLM from sometimes. So, if you have some degree of work experience in your pocket before you start applying elsewhere during or after your LLM, that helps immensely in terms of ensuring that your transition is not just for that transition abroad or transition into the upper echelons of whatever field that you are interested in is not merely limited to that 1 year of LLM, but lasts longer as well. So I think yeah, that is one basis on which I would suggest that yeah, a 2 year work experience is advisable. Again, no, there are no general rules as well. I'm sure if you look hard enough, or at least, or I myself know such people who went directly after their law school, their first law degree to do an LLM and did very well. But then speaking in terms that could be more generally applicable, even though they may not cover like freak exceptions or outliers. I think like people are generally much better off after they have worked for a couple of years. And then you will notice that even as an LLM student sitting in a classroom, you would be able to contribute a lot more value to your class through your interventions and through your questions. If you have already seen how things play out in practice as opposed to just knowing them as a student. And then in my case also something interesting that happens is that if I was trying to apply right out of law school, I would have been sort of targeting a certain type of law degree. But given the fact that I applied 2 years later, a lot of my thinking had changed, my priorities had shifted, so that ended up creating a big difference as well. So